I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft, and today's question comes to us from Mr. Styles, who wants to know about styles. Writing styles, that is, in particular, my style. He notes how many writers have borrowed rather liberally from my stories, taking my monsters and settings and themes and writing about them in a rather profuse way, but he wants to know whether or not these stories might be better served if these writers hewed more closely to my particular prose styling. And the short answer to this, of course, is no. No, people need to discover their own voices. This is something I've said for decades, even when I was alive and people were starting to take a small amount of inspiration from my stories. I always encouraged them to try to find their own way of playing with it. We all take inspiration from wherever we can find it, and none of us should have to reinvent the wheel. Indeed, I stand on the shoulders of giants like Poe and Machen and Dunsany and Bierce and countless others. I would not be here were it not for them. But nevertheless, we cannot expect people to just repeat the same themes, the same verb and adjective choices, trying to recreate just what these particular writers did. That way leads down a dark path, and while I encourage people to take the monsters and themes out of my toy box whenever they want, the idea that someone would just try to imitate my writing is deeply concerning. My fear is even if they're successful, they will have limited themselves so much that other writers will then try to imitate that imitation, and you wind up with a copy of a copy of a copy, and the whole thing turns into a sort of literary inbreeding. So no, I think we need to encourage new voices, and to do that, people need to not only read the genre fictions they enjoy, but to explore other books. They need to be reading romances and philosophies and treatises on architecture. That is where you create a new voice from the bubbling cauldron of inspiration. And that way, by promoting these many and various writing styles, we shall make sure that our literary salons do not wind up looking like an Innsmouth family reunion. As always, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft. Thank you.